Hi friends, it is Tuesday, October 22nd, 2024, and we're now on week 4 of Dark October stitching. I can't believe it's moving this quickly, honestly. So it's been a few days since I checked in with you, but I thought I would give you an update on where I'm at with Tombstone spots. I've been working in this area. I got my angel all filled in. I got these 2 flowers done last night. This is all done. And I did this little, okay, cat here. I did this little deal last night, and I'm getting ready to start this big vase. So 1 corner left. So this is the big vase. And then I have those grapes with the swirl over on the side, and that's it. So I'm anxious to keep going on this. I'm very excited about it and how it's looking. And I'm excited that Emily has picked hers up as well so that we can work on this together again. So I thought I would show you some of my other Halloween-ish whips that haven't seen the light of day in a little while. So let's see what we've got. So I have, and apologies while I do this one-handed. This is the Raven by Primitive Hair. And as soon as she released this, I completely fell in love with it and knew that I had to stitch it. And I actually started this, I think, on the first Dark October seance. And I got the Bolin linen for it, the Anne Boleyn linen for it. And this is what I've stitched. That's it. Because I realized quickly this was not a good choice for stitching while you're trying to talk to people. So, because it's a lot of confetti stitching. I really want to get back to this one, but I'm going to have to do it when I can concentrate. But it's all in DMC. And the linen, I think, is 30 count. But I think it's going to be gorgeous when it's done. It's just going to take some concentration. All right. The next one, I should have unzipped this. This is Black Cat Hollow by, okay, that zipper is impossible. Black Cat Hollow by Barbara Anna. This was originally like a mystery thing where it came in 3 different parts, and now you can just get the whole thing all together. It's a super cute design. I love it. You can get it from Creative Poppy, which is what I did. So I started this as a stitch along with some other folks, and for whatever reason, I was talked into doing 32 count, which was a mistake. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous piece of murky fabric by Picture This Plus, but stitching on the 32 count is horrific. So I've got like half of the top portion done, and I love the way that it looks, but stitching on this fabric is just a challenge. So I'm kind of undecided. Do I start over on 40 count? Do I keep going? I don't know. It's a beautiful piece of linen, and I do love the way that it looks, but oof, stitching on it is terrible. So, and that's just all in DMC. This one, let's see what this is. This is something that I bought a million years ago from the Silver Needle. It was like a limited edition thing. Mini jewel scarabs. And I love this so much. Absolutely love it. And I think I started it like Halloween night one year. And that's all I have done. And it's over 1 with Krynic. And it's not a whole lot of fun to stitch. But I love it so much. So I'm kind of wondering if maybe I can pick a different fabric, or I don't know. And I think I have a mistake in it too, which is the other problem. But the colors are really pretty. And I love it. It would go so well with some of my moth pieces. I just really hate stitching it. Are you sensing a theme? This is why all these things are whips. This is a bag that I made from a panel that I bought in Paris, which I just love. This is my Halloween neighborhood round robin. And someone just recently posted a comment on my videos and asked to see this. So here it is. So this was started a million years ago as a round robin, like I said. And I chose to do a Halloween neighborhood. Everybody was doing neighborhoods where you stitch houses on everybody's stuff. I decided to do mine as a Halloween neighborhood. And when I got it back, I've been like filling it in since then, basically. So I wasn't super in love with it, and I had some, you know, hard feelings about it because my first one disappeared. Someone decided to keep it, and so I had to start over. And so when this came back, I was just sort of over it at that point. And several years went by. I finally got it back out. And the first piece that I stitched on it was this freebie from the Primitive Needle called By the Light of the Moon, where she's out collecting mushrooms. And sorry that this is like adjusting the color. That's more accurate. But once I stitched this on here, I sort of fell back in love with it. And so I've been slowly filling things in. So I've worked on this graveyard. This was my original block, which is from Village of Huckron Hollow. I just flipped the block. I added in this witch house, which is a bright needle piece. I added in this, which I think is Lizzie Kate. These are some of the blocks that were stitched by others. I added in this flying witch. I added in this little house, which I think is Chessie and me. I added in these 3 witches with their cauldron, and this tree with the cat and the thing in the hole in the tree and the lamppost. So I have a few more spots to fill in, but this is a fun piece now, and I love how it looks. And like, this is Prairie Schooler. I think this is a Just Nan. This is a drawn thread. These 2 are Prairie Schoolers. I don't remember what this is. Pickle Barrel, maybe. But I've sort of charted out the rest of the pieces that I want to put in here. I just need to like get it out and stitch it. So, and I have a plan in the back of my head for something that I want to do, but not yet. I have other things in front of that. This is Mirabilia Halloween Fairy that came in a kit. It was a limited edition kit. And I started this with Emily, like our first Dark October stitching, I think, or the second. She, of course, has finished hers and framed it. Here is mine. I did change out the fabric. I dyed this fabric myself, and I really love how she's looking on it. But I ran into problems because my threads are supposed to be two very distinct colors, and mine aren't. And that was annoying me. So, like you can see, there's not that much difference between those. So, but this is another piece I need to get back to at some point. I'm just gonna show you this chart because I'll show it to you quick, but this is a Mary Englebright chart. It was in a magazine like a million years ago. And I started this, and it's a lot of confetti stitching. She's cute, but yeah. A lot of confetti stitching and then a lot of back stitching. So maybe one of these days I'll get back to it, but I've got it on this sort of lavender fabric. And then this is the last bag. And I think I've got two things in here. So one of these is Casting a Spell by Blackbird, which is the design that goes in the box. And I'm changing the colors on mine. Actually took the colors from Raven Bewitched, and so that's what I'm using on this gray fabric. And I love how it's looking. I just need to get back to it. And I was sort of trying to chart out my colors, which that's what slowed me down. And then I also have this Halloween Fairy by Nora Corbett, this one, that was in a magazine. And again, confetti stitching. But I love how she looks on this fabric. I just need to get back to her. So those are some of my old Halloween whips, and you know, I really think if I had just dedicated some time to them, I could knock these out, but I just haven't wanted to. I guess. But that is the plan, is to try to get some of these knocked out sooner rather than later. All right, well, that's it for me today. I'm gonna work on Tombstone spots tonight, see if I can get a little farther, and I'll talk to you soon. Hi all, it is Saturday, October 26th, and I thought I would check in because I haven't checked in a couple of days. So this is where I'm at on Tombstone spots. We had the Dark October Seance gathering last night, which was a lot of fun, and I got a good amount done. Over the week, I finished my little flowers, stitched these, well, this little thing, and stitched the vase, and then started on these leaves. And so last night, I think I had all the left side leaves done. And so last night I did all of the right side leaves, this little bit, and then I started on this swirl. So what I have left is another motif just like this right here, and then there's 3 of these black stars that go right here, and then that's it. So I'm hoping I can get this finished by Halloween. We have family dinner tonight, so no stitching tonight, but I'm really pleased with how much I got done last night. So I'm still reading my Black Rose book slowly, but I'm enjoying it, and I'm trying to choose my next selection for my book club that will be the January selection. So working on that, but had a good night last night. Eric's birthday was yesterday, so I did make him a cake in the afternoon, and he was thrilled with that. So it turned out really good. I'm pleased with it. So all right, that's it for me. Happy stitching. Hi all, it is Halloween. I haven't recorded in a few days because things have been a little nutty, but happy Halloween. Today is October 31st. It is Thursday, and I wanted to share that I finished Tombstone spots, and I'm so excited about it. I absolutely love how it turned out. It needs to be ironed, but I love how it turned out. Finished it on Tuesday night. Very excited about it. Now I just need to have it framed. So I will work on getting a frame for this so that I can have it up and out where I can enjoy it. Then last night I decided to start something new. And so this is a Teresa Kogut chart, and I wanted to just stitch these little candy buckets because I want to turn them into little tiny ornaments for my little Halloween tree. And so I started stitching this. I didn't quite get it finished, but I started stitching the witch. I did her face in a darker color green, and I'm second guessing that. So I'm wondering if maybe I just start over with the called for green, but I still need to fill in her teeth and her eyes and her little hat band, and then the handle for the candy bucket. Not sure about that. She's super cute, but maybe her face needs to be a lighter green. I was just questioning it on this fabric, which is 40 count dill, picture this plus, the old dill. So I'll have to think about that, but super cute, and obviously turns out super tiny, which is what I wanted. So then tonight I am going to have a new primitive needle start. I'm going to start Annie Hyssop with my friend Christine from Hollis Hands Create. And I am going to use this piece of vintage sampler, which I think is from Victorian Motto. And I have pulled all of the threads. So I think that'll look good on there. And I have my thread keep that my friend Becky, Socks for Mom, made me for my birthday. Isn't he fantastic? So I think this will be good. So I'm excited to start that. And I'm happy that I'm finishing a primitive needle piece and starting a new one, because primitive needle pieces are just kind of my comfort stitching. And so I feel like I definitely need to always have one going. So I'm very excited to start this, and looking forward to tonight and enjoying my Halloween. We're gonna order pizza and watch movies, or we have been DVRing a new show called Grotesqueries, which maybe we'll watch that because we haven't watched it yet. So we'll see. But very excited to start this. And let me know what you think about the candy bucket. I'm not sure. She cute though. All right, back to the grind. I wanted to take a minute to share a little something super personal. So because of the time of year, you know, it's Halloween, but it's also Samhain. It's also, you know, coming up on Dia de los Muertes and All Saints Day, All Souls Day, etc. And so this is the time of year when the veil is thinning, and it's often a time that people use to think about and honor their ancestors, those that have passed on. And one of the people whose videos I watch, who does some beautiful vlogs, was setting up her ancestor altar, as she does every time, you know, every year this time of year. And so I just wanted to kind of share that we actually have an area in our home where we honor our ancestors, and it's up, you know, kind of year round. And so I thought I'd show that to you. So this is actually a photo of my dad. He was in the Air Force. And I also have this shadow box that I put together of my grandmother when she died. We have a sword that belonged to my dad's dad, so my grandfather. We've got some other pieces here, and I also have some stitching here. And so this is Salem Remembered by the Primitive Needle, and I stitched this a few years ago, and of course it's honoring those that were killed during the Salem witch trials. And I am actually a descendant of Susanna Martin, and so I stitch her name in red to kind of make that notation. So I love this piece, and I won't go into my rant about equating Halloween with the Salem witch trials or the date 1692, because you've probably heard that before. But I did want to show this as part of my ancestor wall. And I'm going to pause, and then I will turn around and show you. This is a very small, dark hallway, so I'm going to pause and then turn around and show you what's on the other wall. Okay, so on the other wall, I have this sugar skull that I stitched years and years ago. I also have this piece that some friends stitched for me when my dad passed away, and in 2012, and they basically took a piece by Paulette, Plum Street Samplers. I think this one is called Ghoul, and recreated it to use part of a poem that we read at his service. But I love the Tombstone angel on it, and that was framed by Jill Rensel. And I have this piece that was a model for Milady's needle, and because she used my Romeo's name and date, this was a piece to honor pets that had passed on, and so she gave me the model after it was stitched and photographed and everything for the chart. So I have my Romeo on there. And then this piece is the memorial sampler that I did for my dad when he died. It's a piece, it's a reproduction sampler by Forget Me Not in Stitches, called John Reed. And I stitched this basically, I think I started it on his birthday, the year that he died, and then finished it before his next birthday. And it's framed horribly, so it's not actually even laced. I did this myself. It needs to be redone really badly, but because it's done so poorly, but yeah. And when I finish my memorial sampler for my mom, which I'm hoping to do before the end of the year, I started that last December for her birthday, I will have that hanging here as well. And I have a memorial sampler I want to do for Eric's mom as well. So anyway, I just thought I would sort of share, because like I said, with this time of the year, it's a time that people often honor their ancestors, and so I thought I would just share mine and how we have them, honored all year long. I have some other pieces that I'd like to hang here, some other stitched pieces, but they're not framed. So, but anyway, really love this piece. And hopefully I can get my mom's piece finished this year and get it hung. So. Hi friends, I thought I would give you maybe my last sort of updates for Dark October stitching. So I did start Annie Hyssop on Halloween, and this is where I got to in a couple of nights. I'm going to allow myself to work on this through the weekend, and then on Monday I go back to stitching the model for Henrietta. But I wanted to at least get a few days in on this and kind of enjoy the new start before I set it aside. So that's the plan. Loving it so far, and looking forward to stitching on it more today. I needed to, so this is the planchette that I designed for the Dark October seance this year. Apologies for my printer, it kind of stinks, but you get the idea. So I had 2 threads that I needed for this, and I placed an order at 123 Stitch yesterday, and then I was able to go and pick that up yesterday afternoon. So I've got this all kitted up. I just needed these last 2 threads, and I'm going to, at some point, stitch it on this Cozyegg linen, which I think will be really pretty. This is what I stitched my starry moth on, so I think that'll be pretty. So I picked those up, and then I also looked at the candy bucket situation, and the Teresa Kogut chart actually does call for 2 overdyed threads, one of which is the green for like the witch's face. So I went ahead and got these 2, Jolly Holly, and I think the other one is Colonial Copper. Yep. So I went ahead and got these 2. So when I get back to the candy buckets, I'll see how this green compares to what I did. I think it's a little lighter, so I may just use that, and maybe that'll solve my problem. And, you know, since I was buying threads at 123 Stitch, I also picked up this chart, which I have been wanting for a long time. Not Halloween related, but it's the Blue Flower Cozy Christmas Cat. And since she released this, all I can think is this reminds me of Tut. So I need to stitch it. So I'm going to put that in with my Christmas stitching. Too cute. So anyway, that's all I got. Just some threads in that chart. And last night I did finish reading this book by Karina Haley, whatever, called Black Rose. This is the sequel to Blood Orange that I read last year in October. And this was fine. It wasn't, I didn't think it was as good as Blood Orange. I really enjoyed Blood Orange. So this took me a little while to read. And my Dark October reading was a little bit of a bust. I had several more books I was going to read and just didn't get to them. So, but I finished this last night, and now I've picked up the book for the SGR book club to read, called The Seamstress of New Orleans. So I'm just going to read that, and then we'll see where we're at. So that's it for me, and I hope you had a lovely, lovely October. Today it is actually overcast and a little cooler outside, so it actually is starting to feel like fall, which is lovely. And happy stitching. Thanks for going on this journey with me through the month.